Now this question is based on equal installments. So installments का question है, very basic question. Now understand that in this case, in this session, we'll be solving like typically the questions which have already appeared in CAT examinations. So do not think that the level of difficulty that we are covering is not up to the mark of level of difficulty of CAT, right? So every question that we'll be doing today, this particular type of questions have been asked earlier in CAT. Okay, so it's just that the method that you will be using to solve these questions that will create a difference. Okay, so quickly give me an answer of this question. Question number one: Venkat borrowed rupees 1,65,000 from a bank at an interest rate of 20% per annum, compounded annually. The loan was repaid in two equal installments. Right now they have explained how the installments are calculated. Okay, so in case you understand installments, then you can directly find out the answer of this question. There is no need to read the remaining part of the question because they have explained the details of installments. Okay, the first one after 1 year and the second one after another year. The first installment was the interest of 1 year plus part of the principal amount, while the second was the rest of the principal amount plus due interest thereon. Okay, so they have just explained the basic concept of installment. You don't have to read that. You'll have to find out the value of each installment. Both the installments are equal. All right, any answer for this? Option A, B, C, D. You have four options in front of you. Good afternoon, Chandu. A very good afternoon to all of you, all the participants who have joined just now. All right, let's look at this one. Let's start solving. Meanwhile, probably I may get answer from any of you. Okay. Now, obviously, like you all are CAT 2023 aspirants, so you must be knowing the concept of present value, past value, or the future value, right? Okay. So let's understand what will happen here. Now, Venkat borrowed 1,65,000. So let's say today Venkat borrowed 1,65,000 from the bank. Okay, this is today. Now, 1 year after today, he will be repaying the first installment. Let's say the first installment is X rupees. And another 1 year after that, he'll be paying the second installment. Since both the installments are equal, so the second installment will also be equal to X. So today he has borrowed 1,65,000. After 1 year, he'll be paying the first installment. After another year, he'll be paying the second installment. Both the installments are equal. Okay. Now, here, what you have to do is you will have to convert all the values. You'll have to bring all the values to the same time period. Okay. So if the loan is taken today, but the money is repaid after 1 year and then after another 1 year, so bring back these two values, which will be paid in future to the present value. I'll repeat, bring back both these values, bring back both these values to the present value. All right, fine. They will be repaid after 1 year and after another 1 year. Okay, they are repaid at different like at different time periods. So bring back both these values to the same time period, preferably present value. Okay, so at an interest rate of 20% per annum, if a money is paid after 1 year, if X rupees is paid after 1 year, then the present value will become x divided by 1.2. ओके, सो मैंने क्या किया, पास्ट से वैल्यू को प्रेजेंट पे ले आया हूं. ओके, सो 20% per annum is the rate of interest. X is the final value, so initial value will be x divided by 1.2. Understood? Now, another case here, the money which was paid after 2 years. So, X rupees was paid after 2 years and 20% per annum is the rate of interest. So, its present value will be X divided by 1.2 square. Okay. So, the first installment which is paid after 1 year, its present value will be X divided by 1.2. All right. The second installment which is paid after 2 years, its present value will be x divided by 1.2 square. Okay. All right. Now, this is the present value of the first installment. This is the present value of the second installment. The sum of these two should be equal to the loan that is borrowed from the bank. So I'll have the equation x upon 1.2 plus x upon 1.2 square will be equal to 1,65,000. All right, fine. Now you can solve this equation and find the value of x. That will be your answer. Okay, so x को solve करते हैं. Taking LCM, 1.2 square will be the LCM. So 1.2x plus x is equal to 1,65,000. Okay, so 2.2x divided by 1.44. 1.2 square is 1.44 is equal to 165,000. So from here the value of x can be written as 1,65,000 multiplied by 1.44 divided by 2.2. Okay, now you'll have to just simplify this and you will get your answer. Okay, now Sriharsha, I'll repeat the entire thing once again. Okay, I will leave the last portion. So जहाँ पे मैंने छोड़ दिया है, I'll leave that calculation part to be done by yourself. I'll not waste my time in that. Let me invest my time in explaining you what I have done. 1,65,000 is the present value of the loan. X rupees is paid after 1 year and another X rupees is paid after 2 years. So here I have three different time periods. Okay, so I am writing these time periods in green color. So time period 1, time period 2, time period 3. Okay, now convert all these money in the same time period. So the money that I have paid, X rupees that I have paid after 1 year, I'll bring back to its present value. Fine, it will be X upon 1.2. 1 year. 1 year का interest लगा है तो divided by 1.2. Similarly, the money which is paid after 2 years, if I'll bring back to its original value, so it will be X divided by 1.2 square because 20% का interest दो बार लगा है वहां पे. Okay, right? So these are the present values of the money that I have repaid. Okay, the sum of these two should be equal to the loan that I have borrowed. So the sum of these two will be equal to the loan that I have borrowed, right? Now simplify for x and you will get the value of x. You will get your answer after calculating this equation. So it will come out to be 1,08,000. Some of the students have already confirmed, Priyanshi, Kush, Premlata. So three of you have got option C as the answer. So 1,08,000 will be the correct answer. Just have to solve this equation. ये वाला जो है इस चीज को इस वाली एक्सप्रेशन को सॉल्व करना है and you will get your answer. The most important thing is how to reach this particular expression that I have explained once again. Okay. All right, so 1,08,000 is the correct answer for question number 1. Let's look at question number 2. Now, question number 2 on your screen. Slight lengthy question, but you'll have to be a little careful and read each and every part carefully. Wholesaler bought almonds and cashews, the price of almonds per kg being thrice the price of cashews per kg. He then sold 10 kgs of cashews at a profit of 20% and 20 kgs of almonds at a profit of 25% to a shopkeeper. However, the shopkeeper lost 3 kg almonds and 3 kg cashews in transit. Uska complete loss hai ye. He then mixed the remaining nuts, जो भी उसके पास बचा उसने उसको mix कर दिया, and sold the entire mixture at rupees 174 per kg, thus making an overall profit of 20%. At what price in rupees per kg did the wholesaler buy the almonds? Okay, meanwhile you are solving this question, I just want to understand one thing. How many of you have understood first question? Just write yes if you have understood the first question, the previous question. Quickly, all of you, write yes if you have understood the first question. Okay, some of you are writing yes. All right. Priyanshi and Harsh only. Okay, we shall start solving this. It's more than 1.5 minutes. So now we have two types of nuts, almonds and cashews. The price of almonds per kg is thrice that of cashews per kg. So let's say price per kg here is X. So price per kg for almonds will be 3x. Done. Now he sold 10 kgs of cashews, 10 kgs of cashews at a profit of 20 percentage. Okay, so that means at 1.2x, and 20 kgs of almonds at a profit of 25%. So at a profit of 25%, that means 1.25 multiplied by 3x. Okay, right? So 1.25, you can write it as 5 upon 4 as well. Okay, so if I'll write it as 5 upon 4, it will be easy. And similarly, 1.2 को अगर मैं 6 upon 5 लिखता हूँ तो that will be easy. So 5 upon 4 and 6 upon 5. Now let's simplify the price at which he has sold this entire quantity. Okay, so 4, 5, 25, 75x यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, and this will be 12x. The sum of these two is equal to 87x, right? But the shopkeeper lost 3 kg of almonds and 3 kg of cashews in transit. So the quantity that is left with the shopkeeper, so out of 20 kgs of almonds, he has lost 3 kgs. So he's left with 17 kgs of almonds and he's left with 7 kgs of cashews. Okay, right? Now the total quantity he is mixing them. So he has got 24 kgs. Okay, and he's selling it at 174 rupees per kg. And now he's making a profit of 20%. Okay, now the cost price for this shopkeeper is 87x. This is the cost price, 87x. He's selling it at 20% profit multiplied by 6 upon 5, 20% profit, and that should be equal to the selling price. The selling price is 24 multiplied by 174. Okay, now simplify this thing and get the value of x. Okay, Let's have a look at it once again. एक बार दोबारा देखते हैं. Cost of almond and cashews is considered as 3x and x. Okay. Now wholesaler is selling it to the shopkeeper. So shopkeeper has bought 20 kgs almonds and 10 kgs cashews. Okay. Now the price at which wholesaler is selling it to shopkeeper is this and this. So the total money paid by shopkeeper is 75x plus 12x, that is 87x. Okay. Okay, now Sri Harsha, understand that wholesaler is selling it to the shopkeeper. Okay, so wholesaler has sold 20 plus 10 kg, that is 30 kg, right? Now shopkeeper has lost 3 kgs of each. Okay, so the remaining quantity with shopkeeper is 17 kg plus 7 kg, that is 24 kg. That is why he'll be able to sell only 24 kgs. All right. Shopkeeper has got 30 kgs, but he has lost 3 kg and 3 kg, that is 6 kg in the transit. Okay, right? So that is why we are removing 3 kg each from this article, right? So here we have wholesaler, now shopkeeper, okay, and then customer. All right, fine. So shopkeeper paid for 30 kg, but he lost 6 kgs in the transit, and hence he is left with only 24 kgs, right? So 87x is the money paid by shopkeeper. Okay, now he sells it to the customers at a profit of 20 percentage. Okay, and this is the selling price that is being paid by the customers. So now you can solve it and get the value of x. So 87 into 2 is 174, right? And 6 into 4 is 24. So 20 into 2, 40 will be the value of x. Now we'll have to find out uh, at what price in rupees kg did the wholesaler buy almonds? So wholesaler buy almonds at a price of 3x. So the value of 3x will be equal to 120. So 120, that is option A, is the correct answer of this question. All right. Now please respond by writing yes if you have understood this one. Now Harsh and Mansh, both of you have given correct answers. So I am sure that both of you have understood this. Okay, Sayan, Harsh is a different Harsh, Harsh Jindal and Harsh Kurani. All right. So people have understood. In case you have any doubt, please write it, and I'll be explaining you that particular point, like Sri Harsha has written. Okay. So answer is option A, that is 120. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, Dhruvi says yes, sir, understood properly. Next, question number 3. Slightly easier as compared to the previous two questions. Now, Priya and Lata originally had marbles in the ratio 5:7. Then Lata gave some marbles to Priya. As a result, the ratio of the number of marbles with Priya to that of Lata became 3:2. What fraction of her original number of marbles was given by Lata to Priya? Okay, Manish has given a quick answer. Good. Harsh Jindal, Mansh, Harsh, and Priyanshi, three quick answers. So let's start solving this. I'll assume the initial number of marbles with Priya and Lata as 5x and 7x because the ratio is given as 5 is to 7. Then Lata gave some marbles of her to Priya. So Lata, let's say, has given y number of marbles. So the number of marbles left over with Lata will be 7x minus y, and Priya will have 5x plus y. Now the ratio of the number of marbles with them, 5x plus y upon 7x minus y, is equal to 3 upon 2 as per the given question. Now cross multiplying, 21 minus 10, that is 11x, is equal to 5y. So the value of y will be equal to 11x upon 5, right? Now what do we have to find out? What fraction of her original number of marbles was given by Lata? So Lata has given y marbles, okay, which is as a fraction of her original marbles. So y as a fraction of her original marbles. So original number of marbles with Lata was 7x, and she has given y number of marbles to Priya. Okay, so y is what fraction of 7x is what we have to calculate. The value of y in terms of x, I will substitute here. So it will be 11x upon 5 into 7x. X will get cancelled, so this will be 11 upon 35. So 11 upon 35, that is option A, is the correct answer of this question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 students have given a correct answer. Okay, so this one was very easy. I hope there will not be any kind of problem in solving this question. So question number 3, the correct answer is option A. Let's quickly move on to question number 4. Now, question number 4, based on averages. A frame appears for a certain number of tests. His average score increases by 1 if the first 12 tests are not considered, and decreases by 1 if the last 12 tests are not considered. If his average scores for the first 12 and the last 12 are 24 and 36 respectively, then the total number of tests that he has taken is equal to how much? All right, Dhruvi, very quick to give an answer for this one. Option B, that is 72. Nice. Let's see if this is correct or not. So Dhruvi, you still have some time, right? So you can check your answer if it is correct or not. Sayan and Jaka has given different answers. So both of you have given option C. So 72 or 84. What is the correct answer? Yes, 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 Dhruvi. I am giving you time, but you yourself has posted your answer. Any other student would like to post his or her answer? Anyone else? Right, Munch. So there are three students who are going for option C, and Dhruvi, only one student who is saying option B as the answer. Check करते हैं. Question बहुत easy है. Okay. So number of tests. So first 12 test, last 12 test. So I can say that the number of tests is more than 12. Also, we have to find out the number of tests, and all the options are more than 24. So we can say that first 12 tests will be different from the last 12. ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है ना, first 12 and last 12 की बात हो रही है, so कुछ overlap हो जाए उसमें. Like there may be some overlap between the first 12 and the last 12. But ऐसा नहीं है. It's not the case because in the options I can see all the options more than 24. So the first 12 tests are different from the last 12, and in between, let's say there are X more number of tests. Okay, so first 12 number of tests, then X number of tests, and then 12 number of tests. So total number of tests will be 12 plus X plus 12, that is X plus 24. Total number of tests, I'll keep it separately. Okay. Now, average of the first 12 tests is 24, and average for the last 12 is 36. And let's say the total number of tests are X plus 24, and the average is A. Okay, average is A, right? Now, let's understand the statements one by one. Statement number one, his average score increases by 1 if first 12 are not considered. If the first 12 are not considered, that means for the remaining X plus 12 number of tests, the average will be 1 more than the average of all the tests. So in सबका average क्या होगा? A plus 1. Okay, right? So the sum of all the tests, okay, if I'll consider the sum of all the tests, so this is the entire sum, that is X plus 24 multiplied by A. Okay, so X plus 24 multiplied by A. If I'll remove the first 12 tests, that is 12 into 24. If I'll remove this part, okay, then for the remaining number of tests, for these tests, X plus 12 number of tests, wait. For these X plus 12 remaining number of tests, the average is A plus 1. All right, the average is A plus 1. So this will be the first equation. Okay, the first equation. I hope all of you are clear with this equation. Now let's move on towards the second statement. Now for the second statement, which is this, the average decreases by 1 if the last 12 are not considered. So if the last 12 are not considered, that means from the sum X plus 24 multiply A, if I'll remove the last 12 tests, okay, then the average decreases by 1. So for the remaining tests, the average is A minus 1. Okay, so for the first X plus 12 tests, for these tests, the average is A minus 1. This is the second equation. Okay, you have made two equations simple. Now, take the difference between these two equations. That means first equation minus second equation. First equation minus second equation. So this will be equal to first equation minus second equation. This part will get cancelled. Okay. Minus 12 into 24 minus that is plus 12 into 36 will be 12 into 12 on the left hand side. Okay. Then on the right hand side, it will be x plus 12 multiplied by 2. So x plus 12 common aa jayega. A plus 1 minus A minus 1. So it will be 2. So from here you can find out the value of x. So it will be 144 divided by 2 is 72. 72 minus 12 is 60. So the value of x comes out to be 60. तो x का वैल्यू 60 आ गया. What they want is total number of tests. So total number of tests is x plus 24. So x plus 24 will be equal to 84. That is the total number of tests, which is option C. Okay. So now after taking some time, a lot of you have given a correct answer. Nice. Okay. But understand the equations that I have made. So I have just answered this question in 2 steps. 2 step के अंदर अंदर आंसर आ गया if you have made these equations correctly. Okay, so the correct answer here is option C, that is 84. Let's move on and look at the next question, question number 5. Now, question number 5, I'm sure more than 10 students should give me a correct answer. Okay, more than 10. And this is my expectation. Okay, so let's see if I'll get what I'm expecting. So question number 5, I want a correct answer from at least 10 students who are watching this session. Now point P lies between A and B such that the length of BP is 4 times that of AP. Car 1 starts from A and move towards B, and simultaneously car 2 starts from B and move towards A. Simultaneously. Car 2 reaches P 2 hours after car 1 reaches P. If the speed of car 2 is 80% that of car 1, then the time in minutes taken by car 1 in reaching point P from A is equal to how much? Maybe simultaneously means together at the same time. All right, 2 students, San and Jaka. When I start discussion, already 2 have given the correct answer, I think. The point P lies between A and B such that length of BP is 4 times that of AP. So P will be somewhere near to A. Okay, so if this length is X, this length will be 4X. Done? Car 1 and 2 started from A and B respectively towards the opposite points. Car 2 reaches P 2 hours after car 1 reaches P. So let's say car 1 has taken P hours. So car 2 will take T plus 2 hours to reach point P. Okay. And the speed of car 2 is 80% that of car 1. So if the speed of car 1 is 5s, the speed of car 2 is 80% of this. That means 4 by 5 of 5s. That is 4s. Okay. So the distances I have assumed are x and 4x respectively, time t and t plus 2 respectively, and the speeds 5s and 4s respectively. Okay. So for the first car, distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. Similarly, for the second car, distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. Okay, I will divide these two, okay, equations. So x will get cancelled, s will get cancelled. So I'll be left with the t plus 2 is equal to 5t. So the value of T will be equal to 2 upon 4 or 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 hours, that is equal to 30 minutes. All right. 1 upon 2 hours, that is equal to 30 minutes. All right. So the question is, uh, then the time in minutes taken by car 1 in reaching P from A. So that is equal to T, and 30 minutes should be the correct answer of this question. Now, unfortunately, I can see all of you, those who have given the answer, all of you have given a wrong answer. So the correct answer should be 30 minutes. So have a look at whatever I have done. In case you have any kind of doubt, I'm still waiting for you for the next 15-20 seconds. Else we'll move on to the next question, question number 6. Any doubt, any problem? I've used a very basic way, a very simple way of finding the answer, right? Okay, chaliye. So the correct answer here is option B, that is 30 minutes. Let's move on to look at the next question, question number 6. Now this one is slightly tricky. Okay, थोड़ा सा tricky question है, ध्यान से करना. A trader sells 20 liters of a mixture of paints A and B, where the amount of A in the mixture does not exceed that of B. The cost of paint A per liter is rupees 15 more than that of paint B. If the trader sells the entire mixture for rupees 288 and makes a profit of 20%, then the highest possible cost of paint B in rupees per liter is how much? It is given that the prices and the quantities are in positive integers. Take your time. I've already told you that this one is slightly tricky. Prajwal says 8. 8 can be the highest possible cost of paint B in liters. San says 12. All right. So two answers already. Let's solve this. Okay. Now trader A sells 20 liters of A and B paint A and paint B. Okay. Now, if the quantity of paint A is A liters, then the quantity of paint B will be 20 minus A liters. Okay. या फिर A और B में assume नहीं करते, इसको X में assume कर लेते हैं. So if this is X liters, then this is 20 minus X liters. Okay. Where the amount of A in the mixture does not exceed that of B. ये हम बाद में ध्यान रखेंगे. So amount of A does not exceed that of B. That means quantity of A should be less than or equal to B. Okay. Now the cost of paint A is 15 more than that of B. The cost of B, let's say it is Y. So here the cost should be Y plus 15. And this is in terms of rupees. All right. Now, if the trader sells the entire mixture for 288, making a profit of 20%. Now, selling price is 288, profit is 20%. So you can easily calculate and say that cost price will be equal to 240. The cost price will be 240, the net cost price, right? So I can say that X liters, which is sold at Y plus 15, sorry, X liters, the cost is Y plus 15. So X into Y plus 15 plus 20 minus X into Y should be equal to the total money, that is 240. A very simple equation I have made. Okay. Now let's simplify this. Xy plus 15x plus 20y minus xy is equal to 240. Now xy and xy will get cancelled. Also you can take 5 common. So you'll be left with the equation 3x plus 4y is equal to 48. 3x plus 4y equal to 48. Now x and y kya hai? X and y are the quantity and the prices, okay? And they both are positive integers. So what I'll do is I'll start writing positive integral solutions for this equation. Okay, so x and y. Let's write positive integral solutions. So when x is 0, y will be equal to 12. X will increase by 4, so it will become 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. Y will decrease by 3, so it will be 9, 6, 3, 0. I will stop here. Okay. So these are the corresponding values of X and Y. Now we have to find out the highest possible cost of paint B. Highest possible cost of paint B, that is highest possible value of Y. Y का highest value calculate करना है. Okay. Now, if the value of y is 12, अगर y का value 12 होता है तो x will be 0. That means a is not taken at all. But this is not possible because the quantity should also be a positive integer. So I will not look at this solution because quantity भी एक positive integer होना चाहिए. Okay. If the value of y is 9, the value of x will be 4. So the quantity of A will be 4 liters and quantity of B will be 16 liters, which is fine because they are saying that quantity of A should not exceed the quantity of B. Okay, so I can say that the maximum possible value of Y, the highest possible cost of paint B, will be equal to rupees 9. So rupees 9, that is option C, is the correct answer of this question. All right. So that one was tricky. I've already told you. That was question number 6. Let's move on to look at question number 7. In case you have not understood question number 6 completely, please, I will insist you to go back to this session once again. This will be available in recorded format on YouTube. Okay. So you are already the subscriber of YouTube channel. If you are not, please do subscribe the channel. Okay. So you can watch these sessions again and again. So does this previous question in case you have any kind of doubt, any kind of problem. All right. Question number 7 on your screen now. Have a look at it. And I know that you are enjoying this session. So please, there is no harm in pressing the like button. So come on, quickly like this session, share and subscribe our channel. A very simple question of time and work. Men and women can both perform a job at different efficiencies. 6 men and 8 women working together take 5 days to finish the job, whereas 8 men and 6 women together take 4 days, 5 days and 4 days, fine, to finish the work. How many days will one woman take to finish it? अब ये तो सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है. It should be answered. Munch has already given an answer. Simple, right? Start करें जल्दी से. Now, standard format of doing these questions. So this much workforce can finish in 5 days. So if I want to finish the work in one day, I will multiply the workforce by 5. So 5 times 6 men and 8 women can finish the work in one day. Okay. Similarly, the next set, 8 men and 6 women, they can finish in 4 days. So if I'll multiply the workforce by 4. So 4 times 8 men and 6 women can finish in one day. So that means both these workforces are equivalent. Okay. So 30 and 32. 2 men will be equivalent to 40 minus 24, 16 women. So one man will be equivalent to 8 women. Okay. Right. This is what I have. Now I know that 6 men and 8 women can finish the work in 5 days. Okay, so if I convert all these men into women, so 6 men will be equivalent to 48 women. So 48 women plus 8 women, that is 56 women can finish the work in 5 days. Okay, in how many days one woman can finish? So one woman will be able to finish the work in 5 multiplied by 56. That is 280 days. So simple logic of time and work, 280 days will be the correct answer. That is option D. Okay. So option D here is the correct answer. And a lot of people have given the correct answer, option D. Let's move on towards the next question, question number 8. Now, question number 8 looks difficult. थोड़ा सा like above moderate level of difficulty का देखने में लगता है, but it is actually a very simple question. The question reads, when they work alone, B needs 20% more time to finish a job than A does. They two finish the job in 9 days in the following manner. A works alone till 30% of the job is done. Then A and B work together for 2 days. Then finally, B works alone to complete the remaining 33% of the job. In how many days can B alone finish the entire job? All right. First answer from Sayan. No more answers. No more answers to this simple question. Now, when they work alone, B needs 20% more time to finish the job than A does. So I'll assume that A can finish the work in 5x days. B will take 20% more time. That means B will take 6x days to finish this work, right? Now they finish the work in 9 days in the following manner. Following manner. Total 9 days lage hain, but let's see what manner they are doing. So first of all, A works alone till 30% of the work is done. Okay. Now A finishes the entire work in 5x days. All of you, listen. Have a look at the way I am solving this. A works alone till 30% of the work is done. So A alone can finish the work in 5x days. So A alone will finish 30% of the work in 1.5x days. Okay. So first of all, A has worked alone for 1.5x number of days. Okay. Then they work together for 2 more days. So 2 more days. This is what I'm writing for the number of days. Okay. So first of all, A alone work for 1.5x days. Then they both together work for 2 days. And then B finally works to complete the remaining 33.33, one third of the work. So B finishes the entire work in 6 days. So one third of the work will be finished by him in 2x days. So 2x days. And these total number of days is equal to 9. Okay, right? So you can find out the value of x. The value of x will be equal to 2. And you'll have to find out in how many days can B alone finish the entire job. B alone can finish the entire job in 12 days. Okay, so the correct answer of this question is option C. All right, to access it on the application once you upload your admit card. So visit our application, upload the admit card, and you will be able to have an access for 5 mini mocks and 9 sectional tests. All right. Also look at a score calculator and percentile predictor that will be available on our application. All right. So friends, all the very best for your CAT examination. Thank you for being a part of this session. Have a wonderful time. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.